Welcome to Fallout 76. This is Jim. In this video, we're going to take a look at the weekly challenges that we got. That starts on Tuesday, April 1st, goes to next Tuesday, April the 8th, 2025. Let's take a look at this week's weekly challenges and see what we get. Alright, we get some good ones here. I have many videos on my channel that'll help you guys out, different ideas, different locations, easy areas, hard areas over there if you're a brand spanking new player to the game. You're a returning player, even if you're an experienced player, there's a particular daily, weekly challenge that's giving you a hard time or trouble. I'm sure you'll find a video on my channel that'll help you. I try to keep my videos as updated as I possibly can. And of course, you guys are awesome. The great comments and tips are greatly appreciated. If you are wondering why I have so much score going on, take a look at the top right hand corner of the screen. I have a 40% boost going on right now. So 15% of that I claim right off the current Season 20 Season Pass on 2 pages, a 5% and a 10% equaling 15%. You can claim that by being a Fallout First member or by paying the 1,500 atoms for the Season Pass. And the extra bit was 25%. I used a score booster drink because how we have a fresh set of weeklies. I do back-to-back videos, so why not use a score booster drink? We can only use one score booster drink per day, and it gives us an extra 25%, which stacks with our boost for 24 hours. That's why we have 40%, just in case you're wondering. Okay, so we got this one here. I'm going to re-roll this guy, but we are going to kind of talk about it here real quick. Collect caps, 2,500. All right, so we're not going to, obviously not going to finish that off here in this video, but I just kind of wanted to re-roll it anyway, but we'll talk about it. So collect caps. You can collect caps many great ways. You can collect caps by waiting for other people to go to your vendor, and you can collect caps that way from people buying from your vendor. The ways that I usually suggest to people is to go around and complete events and daily quests, and that is a real good way to get some caps that way. And you can even join a team with another player for events and casual, etc. And if even if your teammate completes quests or events, you'll get a portion of those caps as well. So it definitely will add up. The 2,500 caps is quite a bit. I don't think I'll have time to do that this week. I do have a pretty busy week coming up there. But just an FYI, those are 2 great ways. Another thing you can do is if there's a couple of locations around the map, one location is down here in Welsh, and what makes this a good location is because it's close to a train station, okay? So you don't have to worry about wasting a carry weight booster, you don't have to worry about fast traveling because you'll be definitely overweight, but the mole miners that are down here will have a lot of missile launchers, combat shotguns, there's a bunch of weapons that are just kind of laying around. You guys see me do this, I believe it was last week or the week before, and I get a lot of weapons down there. You're in armor that you can pick up, and even a bunch of chems, and all you have to do is just work your way up here to the Wealth Station and just sell them all to that NPC vendor. You can use the hard bargain perk card under Charisma. It's only a 1-star now, and if you have great mentats, will get you better barter rates for 10 minutes. That will stack with the hard bargain perk card. So that is a way that you can do it to gain some caps. It will take a little bit longer than it used to because we did get that update in December 3rd, 2024. So if you're a returning player and haven't played for about 6 months or so, you will notice that the drop rate for weapons and armor has been significantly reduced, okay? But just an FYI, all right? We do have all week to do, but we're going to re-roll it here, and let's see what we get here. And of course, killing enemies nowadays too, we do get caps here and there, so that definitely does help a little bit just by killing enemies. Let's go ahead and use a reroll and see what we get here. Oh, that one's a good one. Epic one. So I highly recommend doing an epic one because as you can see, the score just exponentially increases quite a bit there. Again, when you do reroll, it is a chance. It's random that you get an epic one, but we can definitely take a look at that one there. So that is pretty awesome. All right, let's take a look here, see if we can do something here in our camp. Mod and energy weapon 15. Okay, so as you kind of get out of the vault as a brand new character, you'll be picking up all kinds of weapons here in the game, and you'll be scrapping them, and you'll be learning mods for those weapons, okay? I'm not too sure about very early on if you'll be getting much for energy weapons, but as you kind of progress through doing some overseer missions, example, you'll meet some super mutants, you'll meet some blood eagles, and they usually have energy weapons on them. And as you kind of pick them up, you can use them and scrap them, and you'll be getting those mods, and your character will always know those mods for those weapons. Excuse me. And basically you can always do it that way, but it will cost you valuable resources that you may or may not have. So I highly suggest that you have an energy weapon in your stash box, or that you use day to day, that you know a paint or a skin for. Because when you change this paint or a skin, all you're using is oil, okay? And a lot of people have oil on them, a lot more than you think, all right? Now, if you're a returning player and you can't remember, all you do is you go to the atomic shop here, and this is where you can find out what paints and skins that your character knows. Once it loads in, of course, we'll go down here to the skin section, go down here to the weapons section, and as you can see, there are paints that and skins that you can buy currently. Some of them are pretty decent prices, but remember, it has to be an energy weapon. All right, so just an FYI. But as you can see, it'll tell you the ones that you own. So these are because it gives you an idea what type of energy weapons that you have that you know a paint for. All right. And of course, it'll be different for everyone, but you can do it that way. Save yourself some valuable resources. So I don't have an energy weapon on me, but let's go to our little stash box here. And we're going to pick up an energy weapon. Yeah, we'll use this Enclave Plasma Rifles. Let's grab him. We're going to go to our weapons workbench. We're going to go modify/repair. And again, all we're doing is we are changing the paint on it only. And we're going to go, as you can see, let's go default paint from poker paint. So default paint's not going to cost us anything at all. Let's go default paint. There we go, 1 for 15. Go back to poker paint. There's just 1 oil. And this is all I do. I just go back and forth. Back and forth. And each time you change it, it's going to count. As you even go back as default paint, which doesn't cost anything, you're getting credit for that too. Done, just like that. It's it can be that easy. All right, and that's what I suggest. All right, let's put that bad boy back before I forget. There we go. All right, let's see what's next here. Drink Nuka-Cola 25. So we talk about this a lot here on the channel. We talk about Nuka-Cola Collectrons a lot. They are definitely worth their weight in gold. Now, even though I have this auto miner version out, I do have many different types of Collectrons available to me. And if you're in the same boat, all you have to do is you go to the terminal and you can decide what that Collectron will collect. Okay, so I have it set for Nuka-Cola products, and he has some Nuka-Cola products here, okay? Various types. Now, let's go to our build menu here. So under the resource tab, we have this OG version. We got this one a long time ago, like Season 4, Season 5. He will collect Nuka-Cola products in bottles, and when he goes on sale, maybe once or twice a year, but he's usually 250, 500 atoms. The other variation of that one is the Nuka-Cola Quantum. We got this one back in Season 11 when Nuka World on Tour first came out. He will collect Nuka-Cola products, bottle, purified water, and nuclear waste. He goes on sale maybe once or twice a year, but he's usually bundled with other things. Now, we can get the OG version from Samuel down in Foundation, but you must have a cautious reputation with the settlers. And I believe it's 1250 gold bullion right down here. And of course, many great spots we can find Nuka-Cola products in the game. Those Collectrons just saves us a little bit of time. So Tyler County Fairgrounds, we have a Nuka-Cola stand there, actually. Camden Park and around the Raider area. The swimming pool area and around the Green Country Lodge has that Nuka-Cola machine. Nuka-Cola machine up here at the Philippi Battlefield Cemetery. And around Morgantown Airport. Right down here, Sunday Brothers Cabin. So you don't go to the main house. You'll see a little shack on the left-hand side with a candy-cane roof. There's a lot of tin cans in there, but there's also about 4 Nuka-Cola products there. We can buy Nuka-Cola products from Bubbles, who is up here in the White Spring Resort. And of course, when you go into the front door, using this icon right here, you take a right up the stairs, you go to the tavern, you go to the medical bay, a big wide open area where the responders are. You take a left where the little store is, and you'll see Bubbles there. You can buy them using caps. One of the best spots for Nuka-Cola products is right down here in Nuka World on Tour, which is also a free fast travel once when you discover it. So let's pop down here today, and I'll show you the little run that I do. Just in case you don't have a Nuka-Cola Collectron station available to you. Some people will sell Nuka-Cola products in their vendors. That's always an option as well. So it really depends on the server that you're on, whether they spawn in or not. Sometimes they spawn in as just bottles. If you're on a server with other people, these areas can be cleaned right out, so just going to keep that in mind as well. I just one in there today. I'm not going to pick them up because I have all kinds of Nuka-Cola products on me, as most of you know. I'm just kind of showing you like the little run that I do. Make way up here where seismic activity usually happens. I haven't seen seismic activity happen for quite some time. You can check all these tables here. You check each one of these little kiosks. You just kind of open the door. We got some dog food there, hot dog. Get around that chair. That gives me some issues sometimes. We got one in there. And again, some servers are better than other servers, or sometimes I come up here, I have all kinds of luck. And there's this one's not too bad actually, because we're actually seeing the odd one around. One right there. We check these kiosks here as well. We check these two Nuka-Cola machines here, which are pretty decent. Oh, there's one there as well. And then one more spot right down here. Bud, Gunther, you gotta put some clothes on, bud. I like you and all, but you really need to put some clothes on. I don't know about that, Gunther. He's quite something. This is the PG rated video there. That guy has no clothes on. Got 3 more up there. And here are the vending machines here. And again, just like bubbles up at White Springs, you can buy them all day long. You can server hop about 1,000,000 times. As long as you have the caps, you can buy them. Alright. Let's drink our Nuka-Cola products here. We're just going to drink them one right after the other here because I can. So I got all kinds of them here. And it doesn't have to be just Nuka-Cola Classic. It can be other variations as well. Whatever you want to do. There we go. Drink Nuka-Cola Quantum 25 for 25 done. Got some good rads out of it. Why not? Ooh. I like having a burp right now. Alright, let's see what's next. Okay. Good stuff. Let's take a look here, Jimmy boy. Collect a burnt book 25. So I do have a really good video out there. I made just last year. So the burnt book house here in Somersville is the first house on the right hand side. Now I will give you word for warning though. If you're only limited to public servers with other people, there is a very good chance that you can come to this house. There'll be no burnt books in here because everyone uses that house to reset their game by picking up 250, 255 items. So I suggest if you have Fallout First available to you and you have private servers, I recommend doing it that way because it will take you a lot of server hops to get those books there. So just an FYI, we can find a couple burnt books. So if you come here to the Overseer's home, you don't actually go in the home itself. You go to the childhood home, which is just on the other side of the train tracks here. I don't know why I did that. Just on the other side of the train tracks here. And there'll be about 5 or 6 burnt books upstairs in the bedroom. Right here in Helvetia, there are some burnt books here as well. It's in the blue house right across the street from the yellow house on the corner on the main road. You head upstairs, there's a bookshelf up there. Again, 6 books up there. But you're better off if you can do it. Again, it's a weekly challenge that we do have all week. Is just go to the burnt book house here in Somersville. So let's pop here today. And we can find the odd burnt book around the wasteland here or there. Maybe in around White Springs is a pretty decent spot. But again, sometimes we can't pick everything up in the game. So just an FYI there. Let's take out a couple of these ghouls here. And then we'll head inside. Alright, so as you can see, all kinds of burnt books here. But again, I am on a private server, so that's why I'm getting them, okay? Let's go ahead, let's pick up our burnt books here. And again, a lot of people use this house to reset their game, so you may have to server hop this a couple times if you're limited to, public servers with other people. So just an FYI there. Again, there's 2 bedrooms upstairs that are just full of burnt books, just like this. Alright. guy's tromping around up there. Let's see what's next. Alright, let's go ahead and kill the Snallygaster 10. So many great spots we can find Snallygasters in around the wasteland. There's a 50% chance to find them up here at Kitty Quarter Cabins. It's not a 100% chance because 50% chance for Snallygasters, 50% chance for the Rat Scorpion. So you can always try that out. You may have the server hop it a couple times, but eventually you'll get on a server, there'll be 4 Snallygasters up there. Right here, right here in Charleston. Right when you spawn in at the bridge right here, this icon, there'll be 1 Snallygaster here, and 1 a little bit further down towards the Charleston Capitol building. We have the triplets up here, the Toxic Larry's Meet and Go, so there's 3 of them up here. And probably one of the best spots is right here at the flooded train yard, at least 6 of them down here. Like that, okay. So let's go ahead here. Let's try our luck up here at the Kitty Quarter Cabins and see what we can find up here. Alright. Oh, good stuff. So we have some good luck here. That was weird. See that guy? I want to make one big power move. Don't forget your raw asbestos from these guys, okay? You always need a good asbestos. We have our light on, that was the problem. So there's usually one guy, and he's usually in and out of this dumping area, but we'll kind of keep an eye out for him here. Very dramatic. Burp. Oh yeah, they're there we go. 4 of them, nice. So again, this isn't 100% up here, but you can try it. Alright, let's go somewhere else here. Let's pop down here to Charleston. I'll show you the 2 that are down here. Now these 2 down here are probably the easiest. And they're probably the very first 2 that you come across if you're doing the fire breather testing as a low-level character. Let's lock and load here first off, Jim. He's going to be right around the corner here, right by this bridge, as I mentioned. Let's get her sneak on. And then the other guy will be right down here. Right by the Charleston Capitol building. That was a scorched, but he's going to be a little further on here. Should be right around the corner. There he is right there. Nice. All right, let's see what's next. So we got 6. Let's go to the flooded train yard here. Have a little bit of excitement in their lives. The only thing that makes Toxic Larry's Meet and Go a little bit harder, the triplets that are up there, is because it's a very close, confined area, and they're like right on top of each other. So if you don't have the right weapon, they could easily overpower you, even if you get on top of that building that's there. Well, that's why we're coming here today. I don't feel like dealing with those triplets today. Huh. Some good asbestos here today. Of course, I'm a ghoul, so I'm loving the rads. Love the rads. Face first. We just need one more. There we go. Just like that. Nice. Hear one of them kind of talking to each other there in their language, native language. I don't know what they're talking about. Let's see what's next. Let's go ahead, kill a mole rat 15. Many great spots we can find mole rats in and around the wasteland. I do have a couple of videos out there showing you some great spots. I made one just last year, and it's all time-stamped. Bring you guys here to Riverside Manor. This is probably one of the best spots for mole rats. Welsh and around Welsh stations. They actually spawn here in Welsh Station. Work your way down the tracks. You work your way down here by the ultrasite crystals and make your way back up. So there's probably about 6 or 7 there altogether. There's 3 of them right here. The Green Country Lodge. It's a pretty good spot. And right up here in Mononga, there's probably anywhere from 6 to 8, but they're really kind of spread out. So just an FYI there for that. Alright, so let's go to Welsh Station. We'll start our trip there. Alright, so once when you're here, we're going to head down these train tracks. There are going to be a couple of brood mothers right on the left-hand side. They're going to spawn right up out of the ground here. Just like that. They're going to work their way down the tracks a little bit further. We see these ultrasite crystals here, okay? Now, the type of mole rats here, they're actually called ultramite, okay? But they will count as mole rats. They look just like mole rats, so let's show that. And there should be about 2 or 3 of them down here. So you see this here, it says ultramite there, okay? But they count as mole rats. Keep missing them there. Okay, and then all you do is you make your way up here. There should be some more right here. Be another brood mother at least anyway. There we go. And then another brood mother, nice. That's pretty good. Good little spot here. Just perfect. Alright, let's go up here to Riverside Manor. We'll hopefully finish it off up here. Alright, so when you spawn in here, you can go right up to this little station up here. There should be 2 or 3 of them up here. And so there's 3 of them right there. We're going to head right to the manor. Now out front will be a bunch of scorch, so we're going to go ahead to the side here. And there'll be some more along the side here. And out back as well. There he is there. Just be careful going to the porch. There's a Tesla trap. There we go. Just like that. I believe there's 2 more along the back side over there as well. So there we go, just like that. What's next? Let's go ahead. Yeah, we'll go ahead and eat a vegetable, 25. So eat a vegetable, we're talking about crops, corn, razor grain, tato plants, what have you. If you have that stuff in your camp already, you can go ahead and harvest that stuff and then eat it. That is definitely a good way to complete it. If you are looking for vegetables, though, outside of if you have them in your camp already, Aaron Holt Homestead, Cobbleton Farm, corn here at Silva Homestead, razor green at Billings Homestead. Just around the corner from Big Al's Tattoo Parlor, we had that red barn under the overpass. Nice little section there of crops. Right down here behind the General Steakhouse is a pretty good spot there as well. So many great spots there, but as long as it's a vegetable, and even if you're a carnivore, you don't have to waste a reroll. You can go ahead and complete it. So let's pop down here to Silva Homestead. Again, a bunch of corn down here. Alright, and when you are harvesting vegetables, there is a perk card that will help you out under Perception. It is called Green Thumb. We've twice as much been harvesting for, so instead of 1, you pick up 2. And even if you're a carnivore like myself, it's not a card you throw out. You definitely hang on to this card and you take good care of it. It just saves you time at the end of the day. So Billings Homestead is just down the road. Of course, we can't fast travel down there because we don't own that workshop. But we have all kinds of corn here, so let's go ahead. Now, we were here earlier for our daily challenge video, so I did pick up some corn. As you can see in the top left-hand corner, 2 are being added, and that is the Green Thumb perk card. Alright, so that should be enough. I should have enough corn on me already. So let's take a look here. Let's go ahead and eat this corn, and let's just show you under stats and the fact that I am a carnivore first off. There we go. Let's go back to eating our corn. Done, just like that. Easy. Super easy. Again, don't waste a reroll on it if you're a carnivore like myself. Just go ahead and eat the vegetable just to get your weekly done. It's easy score. And still, you save your reroll. What's next? Just everyone. Cripple Super Mutants Head 15. So many great spots we can find Super Mutants in around the wasteland. There's about 3 of them here at the north kind of a lookout. Probably the first Super Mutants you come across. Right up here in Grafton. The courtyard at Eastern Regional Penitentiary, Grafton Dam, all kinds up here in Grafton Steel. Right down here in New Gad, we had Wade Airport. Looking for a little bit more of a challenge, we do have West Tech Research. We have Huntersville, General Steakhouse, Grindstone Arch, Research Site Saxony, and even those large behemoths, those large super mutants, they even count as a super mutant as well. They won't count as the cripple, but if you do have a daily challenge for kill a super mutant, they will count for that one. They just won't count for the cripple. I don't know why, but it's weird. Let's go down to New Gad here today. Alright, so we're just not killing these super mutants. What are we doing to them, Jim? We are crippling their heads. Okay, so you can go ahead and free aim, do a bunch of headshots if you so wish. Definitely nothing wrong with that. If you use VATS like myself, there's a perk card that will help you out under Perception. It is called Concentrated Fire. Allows you to move your VATS around from head, torso, arms, and legs. You can focus on the head and lock it right in if you so wish. Most ballistic weapons work good. Bow and arrow, crossbow, plasma rifle, plasma gun, plasma caster, shotgun with the Enforcer perk card under agility, the drill with a little bit of a tanky build or power armor on. But as you guys know, not all weapons are created equal when you're trying to cripple. I'll just go around and do a bunch of headshots here. We're going to try to sneak around. Try to sneak around here a little bit. Again, make sure you aim for the head. It just disappeared. There we go, done. Little bleeder. It's awesome. Oh no, we still gotta do something. I wonder what that was that popped up there. Must have been the repeatable. There's some victims there. Oh, he died from the... Now we're done there. Oh, gee, I didn't see this guy. You guys giving me a headbutt? Where's your weapon at, bud? Huh? You guys are sharing weapons now? What's going on there? Alright. That's a lot of fun, isn't it? Yeah, but it's really annoying. Sneak attack. Oh, he's over there. Let's see what's next. Let's go ahead and we're going to head back to our camp here real quick, and I'll show you a camp resource to set us up for the next one here. Still making some pretty good time though. Jeez, 33 minutes. That's all right. All right. Let's take a look at the next one here. Scrap to introduce Circuitry 15. So if you have the Collectrod that will collect circuitry, okay, just like as I mentioned with the Nuka-Cola Collectrons, you can go ahead and you can set that Collectron to collect electronics, okay? So all you do is just go to the terminal. As long as you have that available to you, you can have him collect electronics, so just an FYI. We do have a camp resource here, if I can get past that rad roach. And it's this bad boy right here. So this is the Enclave Data Center. So this is not a Collectron, it's a camp resource. It will passively collect junk items that you can scrap to give you electronic parts, okay? So let's take a look here. So look at that, the enhanced targeting cards, which we can also get from turrets. To circuitry, and again the sensor modules, as you can see, 5 circuitry each, so the sensor modules is definitely definitely where it's at in terms of electronics, okay? But just an FYI, this is a nice little camp resource. It is in the rotation. I just don't know when the next time it's going to pop out, but it's fairly new to us. Okay, let's go ahead here. We're going to take a look. We're going to go over here to... Now, I don't know if they're going to be here because we were here, I think, about a week or two ago, but let's pop into Abby's bunker and see if we can find those 2 sensor modules that are there. Now, this is only a level 0 requirement. Now, you do come here very early on following the Overseer's mission, but you don't need any hacking perk cards to get in here. You just got to make your way through that system, or you have Master Infiltrator is definitely the way to do it. Let's go right down to the bunker. Now, there's usually 5 rad roaches down here. 3 right where we want to be. I don't think, yeah, okay, they are here. Okay, good stuff. So let's get this guy without explosions. Okay, good stuff. Alright, so here's one sensor module right here. And the other one is usually up here, but he's right here. Perfect. We also have the, this guy here, military grade circuit board. They're also good for electronics as well, so it's pretty awesome. So just those 2 sensor modules alone will give you 10. All right, so it's pretty, those are pretty awesome. Let's go to another spot where we can find one of those bad boys. Telephones are also a good source of circuitry. We can find telephones here at the Eastern Regional Penitentiary. As soon as you enter the front door, we have that little visiting area where where people go in to visit their friends and family and stuff that are locked up. But there's 6 telephones right there. Right down here in White Springs in the mall, there's a bunch of telephones down there as well. And right over here, let's see here, National Radio Astronomy Research Center. There's some telephones there as well as up here in Sugar Grove. So that's a pretty good spot. Let's actually go to White Springs Mall, and we'll do it this way. Let's go right to the mall. Now, you can use the usual typical front door entrance as well, but just an additional loading screen to get down here to the mall. So there's usually a telephone right here. Nice. So telephones only give us 1 circuitry, and then all the others will be right down the other end. So if you were to go in the main entrance, this is the way you'd be spawning in down here. So that's 2, 3, 4, 5. Good stuff. So we're pretty good there. So there's 2 more right there, as you can see. Third one right there. And there's one right over here in the hallway all by itself. Right there. Good stuff. So let's go and scrap these. You can scrap them in any workbench, basically. You go to a friend's camp, you go back to your camp, what have you. Anyone's camp. Down here. And scrap this stuff up here. Go down to this huge list. Right there. So military grade circuit boards, you can see 2 circuitry. There's those sensor modules right there. As you can see, 5 circuitries. As well as some copper. Of course, those telephones, you can see 1 circuitry. Done. Scrap done to produce circuitry. 15 for 15. Done. Just like that. Alright, good stuff. Let's put this gun away before I scare any people. Let's take a Med X here. There we go. Let's take a look at this one here. Eat pre-war food 25. Okay, so this one's a real touchy subject with people. Because there's people that like things to get things the old-fashioned way. But there's also a quicker way to do it, which is using camp resources, okay? But pre-war food we can generally find in a lot of areas just laying around the wasteland. So I'm going to show you some great locations where we can find pre-war food, like in a bulk kind of quantity, I should say. Let's go to the toxic dried lake bed here. We'll start off up here. And again, you always have to remember that even though I show you these locations in my videos, okay, and even other YouTubers, you always have to remember that it really depends on the server that you're on. It depends if you picked it up recently. It depends if you're on a server with other people, because they could have come here before you. So it's a lot of variables there, okay? So just an FYI. Now, you may need marsupial to get up here, but this is the little roof you hit to get up here. Our jetpack doesn't work very good. But there's a bunch of pre-war food up here. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pieces of pre-war food just in this one little area right here. So this is a pretty good little spot. All right, let's go to the next spot here. Tyler County Fairgrounds. So let's pop over here and I'll show you where it's at. Now, I'm not going to go after the Scorched here, but I'm just going to show you where the pre-war food is typically at, okay? So right down in this little picnic table area down there. But again, sometimes it spawns in and sometimes it doesn't. Nothing here today. Inside this little shack right here, there's usually a funnel cake that's in here, usually 3 of them. But there's none here today in this server. That's fine. And the last place will be right over here, right where these chairs are. So there's some pre-war food. Sometimes there are drinks here. Again, depends on the server that you're on. Just gotta keep that in mind. All right, let's go to the next spot here. We're going to go right down here to Flatwoods. Let's pop down here. Hopefully we get there quick. There we go. And we're going to go right to the tavern. All right, let's make our way down to the tavern here. Turn our light on. Now, sometimes there's pre-war food here out on this table. But it's right back here in this kind of gate. You will need a level 1 lockpick to unlock it. But this is a nice little stash. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 pre-war food items right there. Just to give you a couple of great spots. Mama Dolce's isn't too bad. We can find canned dog food here. It's nowhere near as good as it used to be back in the day. Back in the day, if you've been playing for a long time, it used to be all kinds on the conveyor belts, inside the baskets that are up there. But I find nowadays we're lucky to find half a dozen at the very most, okay? So I wouldn't really waste too much time going up there because it's nowhere near as good as it used to be. Let's pop in our camp here and we'll take a look at some camp resources available to us. And actually, before we start talking about Perk Bubblegum, when you open up Perk card packs, okay, you will get Perk Bubblegum. And Perk Bubblegum is also considered pre-war food, all right? So don't throw that Perk Bubblegum out, don't sell it, hang on to it. So we have this weenie wagon here. Of course, this is only available by completing the Graham's meat cook. It is a possible plan that you can learn from completing that event. You'll never find this in the Atomic Shop. It's never been in the Atomic Shop, only by completing that event. But as you can see, it'll possibly collect 12 cans of canned dog food while you play the game. And some of you were successful in getting it during Graham's meat cook. That's awesome. I highly recommend it. It's a really good one. Popcorn Machine is the OG one, but we have a Hollywood version. And then we have a Coca-Cola version, but it's all the same thing. 12 popcorn, again, pre-war food, okay? And these do pop up in the Atomic Shop once in a while. We have these Nuka-Cola candy machines. We got this season 11 scoreboard move, so for the returning players. And again, Nuka-Cola candy, pre-war food. Where is it here? Coffee machine. If you have a coffee machine, any type of version, again, canned coffee, pre-war food. Okay, so just an FYI, we can do things the old-fashioned way. We can use camp resources to save ourselves some time. It really depends on how you play your game. So let's go ahead here. We're going to eat some pre-war food. Let's start off with some popcorn. Just to show you that there from the popcorn machine. And I would say that's probably something that a lot of people will have on them. I have a video on where you can find sugar bombs. I made that video last year. We can find sugar bombs all around the wasteland. We got some Perk bubblegum here. So this is the free bubblegum we get from opening up the Perk card packs. Let's go ahead and show you that. Nice. Yum Yum deviled eggs. Again, we can find that around the wasteland. Nuka-Cola candy, quantum candy from the candy machine. The other Nuka-Cola candy from that candy machine. Mystery candy. I'm not going to eat this because sometimes you will block out, but we get this from the Spooky Scorched. Get these fancy lad snack cakes here. We got funnel cake. Some cram, cotton candy bites. Let's eat some canned dog food here. Let's try the canned coffee. Wait for that to catch up here just so you can see counting. Just give it a minute. Just trying to catch up because I'm just going too fast. I just want to show you how it counts, that's all. Alright, there you go. So there's canned coffee. There's straight up bubblegum. Lamo brand mac and cheese. Good stuff. So let's go ahead. We got all kinds of Nuka-Cola. We're getting all kinds of popcorn on us. Let's finish it off with popcorn. There we go. Eat pre-war food, 25 for 25. Done. Just like that. And I think we are done. We are, just like that. Nice. Nice. Alright, so there you guys go. Let's take a look at the weapon of the day here. Before I forget. I almost forgot there for a second. Weapon of the day, Jim. Gormon's suppressed submachine gun. Damage increase up to plus 24% as you fill your hunger and thirst meters, currently plus 24%. Projectiles explode for plus 20% weapon damage, plus 100% faster movement speed while aiming, plus 60% armor penetration. Gormon's explosive nimble. Armor piercing receiver, short light barrel, recoil compensating stock, medium quick eject drum, reflex sight dodge suppressor, no paint, 46 damage, 45 ammo, automatic. It is a commando build, so let's take a look at our perk cards here. So under perception, we master commando, commando, expert commando, all maxed out. We have tank killer, concentrated fire, arms of steel, arms keeper, bandolier, fireproof, chem diet, suppressor, tenderizer, covert operative, evasive, white knight, adrenaline. These random luck cards which randomly pop in when they're being activated. Legendary perk cards, these don't change for me. They all stay the same. I'm very happy with them, and as you can see, they're all maxed out. Yeah, so there you guys go. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please like, subscribe, and share when you get the chance. It really helps me out. I'd like to thank my channel members, Artistically Arranged, Michael Edwards, Nigel Wiffen, Heather, Whitetribe, Mr. Shelton, Drake Stamps, Not Me But Me, Yes Me That's Me, Drew, Andrew, Demon, Confoundedbridge, Ben Durant, John DJ59, Picker S, Benny Bunny, Gwen Trutno. Thank you all so very much, and I hope you all have a nice day.